Darklings. So I'm doing another video with this new camera, and it's pretty much the secrets to online shopping, because I have been asked about this a lot more recently than I have in a really long time. And I keep getting asked, it's like, well, how do you keep finding good stuff through online shopping websites? And pretty much there's only three main websites that I end up using, which is Amazon, Etsy, and eBay. And really, the only true secret to online shopping and having good luck is just keywords. It's not really that complicated, but apparently it is. So for example, this shirt that I'm wearing, this super roughly concoction, how I ended up finding this shirt was I went onto Etsy and I typed in black ruffle shirt women's. Sometimes you go for something that is both very vague and very specific at the same time. Then what I'll usually end up doing is I'll go through stuff that looks like it's about my size and I'll favorite it, accumulate a big long list of them, go through, narrow down according to price, size, shipping, state of condition. I can narrow it down by whether or not it's handmade versus vintage, and just keep searching that way. These big earrings that I'm wearing, also off of Etsy. How I ended up finding them was, I think it was 80s costume earrings, or goth costume earrings, or something like that. It's really just, the easiest way to go about doing online shopping is to have an idea in your head of what you're looking for. So say that you want a character, for like a type of character, I don't know, and you want to be able to emanate that character in your clothing. So I'm always trying to dress like a Goblin King. I've made that pretty clear, hence all the ruffly shirts. And the easiest way to go about doing that is think of the individual items that are part of the costume or the look of a character, and then go searching for the individual items. You can do the same thing on eBay as well. You can end up watching different items, seeing how you feel about them. And then Amazon is a little bit trickier in that you kind of have to go into the clothing section and get more and more specific with your searches in order to have good results and not just be overwhelmed by a bunch of crap. And they have all kinds of brands and stuff on Amazon, and all that will be new, and that's a little bit different. And I mean, this is a vintage shirt. It ended up coming from China, so it took forever to get to me, but it's what happens. And I don't know why I get asked about it, but another thing is I've been asked about men's clothing, specifically men's gothic clothing. It's like, well, I'm not a guy, and I usually dress more or less very feminine, and I can't help you. But again, same basic principle. If you wanted to do online shopping, you can just type it into Google if you are not getting results on the three websites that I usually use. One that I used to go to when I was still doing a lot of like the Victoriana, like Gothic Victorian type of stuff, was Retroscope Fashions. I ended up using them a lot at the very end of high school and the beginning of college when I was first really getting into that. They're a little bit more on the pricey side, but not unreasonable. And I know that there's a ton of websites that you can use. Sometimes Google really is your friend, and then clicking the shopping button, and then it can help direct you into the places that you want to be going for what type of clothing you're looking for. It's not overly complicated, but apparently it is. And a lot of people have more difficult sizes. I'm convenient in my body type is very marketable, and it's really easy to find stuff in my size, especially because my size ranges from like a 4 to a 12 depending in US women's sizes. And it depends how I want things to fit. Again, I have a very convenient body type, and it makes it very easy for me to find stuff, and I know not everybody has that luxury, and I know it's more complicated for other people. But that's pretty much the easiest way for me to go about finding clothing. If I want to find stuff online, I usually will spend like a good couple of hours accidentally on Etsy, where I'll be like, and then go through and clear out all the stuff I don't really want later. Sometimes I'll end up liking something and it'll sit there for 3 or 4 years, or until someone else buys it, and then I don't have the option of buying it anymore. And as an Etsy seller, hey, you know what? I'm sorry if I have stuff that you want and it's not there anymore. I get messages at least 1 to 12 times a week, usually asking, can you make this item again? Can you make this item? Why don't you have this item anymore? Because they're one of a kind and they sell, and that's all there is. and then they're gone, and someone else owns them, and I don't have control over that anymore. And if I try and paint the same design twice, the second one will look like shite, and I just don't have it in me to waste material that way. It really is best if I'm able to do a design once. So pretty much, if you have ideas in mind for clothing, just have good keywords. It's the biggest secret to online shopping. I hope that this is at least moderately helpful. If not, I'm sorry. Till next time, Darklings.